All right, today we're going to break down a really simple but super powerful strategy for getting out of debt fast. Seriously, if you feel like you're stuck and you're just ready to leave debt behind for good, this is the plan that actually works.
Does this look familiar? You've got multiple credit cards, maybe a car loan, and they're all screaming for your attention. It feels like you're just treading water, right? You're making all these payments, but you're not making any real progress. Trust me, it's an overwhelming feeling, and it's way more common than you think.
Okay, so here's the thing, and it might sound a little weird at first. If you really want to pay off your debt fast, the absolute biggest mistake you can make is trying to pay a little extra on everything at the same time. It feels like the right thing to do, but it actually keeps you trapped in debt for longer.
So let's dig into why that common approach just doesn't work very well. It creates something I like to call the progress illusion. It feels like you're being responsible, but when you look at the numbers, well, they tell a totally different story.
Here's how it usually goes down. You've got some extra money, so you do the responsible thing and you split it up. A little extra here, a little extra there. But the result? You're spreading your money so thin that no single debt gets a powerful enough punch to actually knock it out. Your progress just slows to a crawl.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? Look at this. When you split your cash, the balances, they barely move. It's like you're trying to break down a wall with a tiny little hammer instead of a sledgehammer. And all you're really doing is paying more in interest over time without getting that amazing feeling of accomplishment. But here's the good news. There is a much, much faster way. We're calling it the focused attack, and it's all about one thing: momentum. This is your path to becoming debt-free way sooner than you probably think is possible. Okay, so how does it work? It's actually super simple. First, you're going to list all of your debts, from the smallest balance to the largest. You keep paying the minimum on everything. That's important to stay current. But here's the game changer. You take every single extra dollar you have and you throw it at that one smallest debt. You attack it with everything you've got. Then, once it's gone, you take that entire payment amount and you roll it over, adding it to the payment for the next smallest debt.
Now, this isn't just about math. It's about psychology. A lot of financial experts will tell you to pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first. And yeah, mathematically, that's true. You'd save a little more money. But this focused attack method is so powerful because it's designed for how our brains are wired. It builds this unstoppable momentum by giving you quick, motivating wins right at the start.
I mean, just imagine that feeling, watching that first smallest debt balance shrink and then finally hit zero. That's not just a number on a screen. It's a huge psychological boost. You proved yourself, hey, I can actually do this. And that confidence is the fuel that keeps you going. And what's so cool is how the whole timeline just speeds up. See, with each debt you wipe out, the amount of money you can throw at the next one gets bigger. It creates this incredible snowball effect. Each debt falls faster than the one before it, and that debt-free date on your calendar just gets closer and closer. Now, to make this whole thing work, there are two rules. These are non-negotiable. Think of them like the guardrails on the highway that keep you on track and pretty much guarantee you're going to succeed. Rule number one is the absolute foundation. You have to stop adding new debt, period. You cannot dig yourself out of a hole if you're still digging at the same time. Even a few small purchases on a credit card can completely wipe out all your hard-earned progress. This takes discipline, for sure, but it's essential. And rule number two is to increase the attack whenever you can. The more money you can throw at that debt, the faster it just vanishes. Finding even an extra $50 or $100 a month to put towards that smallest debt can literally shave months, maybe even years off your timeline. Every single dollar counts here.
So let's talk about the finish line. Because this whole journey, it isn't just about getting a balance to zero. It's about what your life looks like on the other side. It's really all about freedom.
And look, I'll be real with you. When you start, it could feel a little slow. That first debt might feel like you're climbing a mountain. But then a turning point comes. That first debt is gone. The second one falls even faster. And then suddenly, you can see the end in sight, and those final balances just start dropping like crazy.
And then this moment arrives. You make that final payment. All the balances are at zero. That weight is just gone. This number isn't just the absence of debt, it's the presence of opportunity. It means your entire income is now working for you and your goals.
So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? It really comes down to these three simple words. Focus your money on one target at a time. Apply that focus with relentless consistency.
And the result? The reward for all that hard work is total freedom. And that really brings us to the most important question of all. Once the debt is finally gone and all that money is yours to keep every single month, what are you going to do with it? Save for a down payment? Invest for your future? Travel the world? That freedom, that choice, that's what this is really all about.